Vidvud Speldov's 1978 novel begins as a light-hearted adventure. We follow two siblings, Māris and Māra, as they explore a colonized Mars on tricycles equipped with massive bubble tires designed to navigate the shifting sands. The surface-level world-building is optimistic and cozy. The children live in bubble houses with high-tech air doors, and their school days are interrupted by a quirky computer named Mr. Yokupateris, who plays practical jokes on the students during history class. The setting reveals a very specific culture. These space colonists speak Latvian. Their capital city, Riga, is a high-tech recreation of New Riga, complete with the familiar spires of their ancestral home. However, a glance at the children's history textbook reveals a much darker reality. According to the text, the total human population left in the entire universe has dwindled to less than 1 million people. This charming children's adventure is built upon one of the grimmest post-apocalyptic backstories in early science fiction. Earth's destruction is fast. In 2011, nuclear explosions melt the ice caps. An atomic war breaks out in 2017, followed by a global plague in 2023. By 2024, the planet is uninhabitable. Humanity is effectively gone. Survival was the result of a political quirk. While Western nations treated their moon bases as short-term research stations, the Soviet Union used their colonies as penal settlements for antisocial citizens. These 23,000 political exiles, predominantly Latvians, Lithuanians, and Estonians, spent so many years in low gravity that their bodies adapted. They could no longer survive the pressure of Earth's atmosphere. This premise mirrored the real-world history of the Baltic states during the Cold War, where thousands were deported and exiled under Soviet occupation. A brutal act of political punishment accidentally created humanity's only evolutionary lifeboat. Life on the moon was initially a struggle for basic survival. The survivors lived in cramped underground gardens, eating artificial algae porridge and recycling every scrap of oxygen. Beyond the physical hardship, the survivors faced the psychological toll of infinite isolation. They were a handful of people alone in the dark, watching their home world die from a distance. They maintained their sanity through jesma, the Latvian tradition of the song. This cultural practice provided a sense of purpose and cohesion. By singing together, the exiled community anchored themselves to a shared identity, while the cosmos around them seemed to be falling apart. In this colony, algae and engineering maintained their bodies, but language and song preserved their humanity. 300 years after the fall of Earth, humanity has established a new home on the rocky plains of Mars. The peace is broken when the children's father recovers a red-hot glowing cylinder from the asteroid Ceres. Shortly after, a mysterious intruder drills through their home's wall, leaving behind strange oval footprints that vanish into the empty sand. The ancient Martians suffered an apocalypse identical to the one that destroyed Earth, forcing the survivors into hiding beneath the desert. The school computer, Mr. Yokupateris, hints at his secret early on, showing a knowledge of the Martian ruins that exceeds his programming. The novel eventually reveals that Yokupateris was built using a synthesis of human, machine, and ancient Martian logic. His disruptive classroom pranks aren't errors. They are a way for the AI to find equilibrium between three radically different modes of thought. Every piece of evidence the children uncover brings them closer to the traumatized ghosts of a broken civilization. The author, Vidvud Speldovs, wrote this story while his own culture was living through the height of the Cold War. The novel serves as a direct allegory for the trauma of political occupation and the pervasive fear that a small culture might be erased from history. Speldovs balances the heavy grief of a dead Earth with the relentless optimism of children exploring a new frontier. He uses their journey to show that survival requires more than just high technology. In Speldovs' universe, the ultimate survival technology is the stubborn, beautiful preservation of a community's shared memory. AI and rockets are strictly secondary.